Hi everyone, it's Natasha and I want to share with you two cards that I made during today's USTREAM for Operation Right Home. There was a request there was a comment that Susan had left on the Facebook page saying that there's been some requests for romantic cards, or cards that spouses and significant others, girlfriends, boyfriends, wives, husbands can send to their loved ones who they are separated from by miles and distance, and sometimes almost entirely different separate worlds, because it's difficult enough to be in a relationship when you're next to each other. It's got to be that much more complicated when you're not seeing each other on a regular basis. So I thought I would utilize the opportunity to make a few cards. I will reproduce more of similar design. I wanted to, probably over the course of the weekend, but I wanted to share the two basic designs that I came up with. I used two paper packs, the Authentiques Lovely and Graphic 45's French Country 6x6. The bases are craft note cards from Hobby Lobby, and they are slightly smaller than the standard A2 size. Standard A2 size is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. These are 4 by 5 1/2, but because the envelopes are pretty much the same size as an A2 size card envelopes, it falls within the guidelines. Now, Operation Right Home does have a PDF document on operationrighthome.org on what you can and cannot include on your cards, as well as the tuck, the official way of tucking the card into the envelope in order for it to be shipped and processed easier by those who process the shipping, because the shippers are volunteers. So this card, I used the Authentique Love Words and Stephanie Bernard's Stamps of Life, and this one is called Hearts to Die For, and I used the one that says love, and then the sentiment I used, my heart soars when I'm with you. So that's a sentiment that I put inside, and it's just a Tim Holtz adage ticket, and it's on really, really thin dimensionals, I think 1/8 of an inch. There's no glitter, there's nothing that could fall off. This is really well adhered. It's just a strip of red cardstock over the pattern paper. The base layer is black, a little strip of leftover black from when I was trimming the paper down, and then on the inside I have a cream layer in order for them to be able to write. So the test for Operation Right Home is, if you're using dark cardstock, you have to be able to write with a pencil and see the words. The craft, you could probably still see the pencil, but I thought it would be nice to add just a little bit of a layer in order to balance the layering in the front. And then the other thing that you have to do is you need to either sign it or stamp it that it's Operation Right Home. And I happen to have a personalized stamp from Stamper's Best with my name on it. It says made by. There's also this particular stamp that's available, and that just says Operation Right Home. And I have that stamped on the outside of the envelope. So this is the tuck technique. So you take your card, you fold it out, you open up your envelope with a flap, slide the card in with the front of the card folded over the outside envelope flap. So that's the tuck. So now I've shown you that one. Let me show you this one. This was, again, using the same craft base with a black layer, and then I used one of the Graphic 45's French Country, and it's all the French words, and some of them say amour, and je t'aime, and mademoiselle, j'adore. And then I used a tiny little cherub punch. Let's see if I could reach that. Right there, and that's a Studio G punch, just to punch out the tiny little cherub here. But I used it out of a tag, and these tags were punched with this 3-punch McGill 3-punch, 3 different shape punch. So in essence, I created the little cherub for the front and made a negative. So all I did is add a little black strip of paper behind the negative in order to let it stand out, and then just added the cream layer. So the back also has my Operation Right Home stamp, and then I just used black ink So I'm going to flip this over and do the tuck, and now they're ready for mailing. So I'm going to create a few more over the weekend and then pack them up and ship them off to my closest shipper, and the shippers are aligned by your geographic area in the US. If you would like to participate in making cards for Operation Right Home, I'll include a link to the website in the description below. Don't forget to thumbs up. Stop by their channel to see some inspiration. They have a weekly USTREAM show if you want to create alongside. I think it's a worthwhile pursuit. There's nothing worse than being separated from your loved ones, but they're doing something for us. They're helping us have the freedom that we have and be the people that we are. So the least we could do is send them a few cards so they can send them to their loved ones. As always, thank you so much for watching.